Welcome to CSBJ Radio. CSBJ Radio is the premier online business talk radio show in the Southeast. CSBJ proactively connects, informs, and engages its listeners in all aspects of small business. Discover the entrepreneur in you with CSBJ Radio. Now, here's your host, Greg Wilson.
Hello, welcome to another edition of CSBJ Radio. I am your host, Greg Wilson, the owner and publisher of Connection Small Business Journal. You can find us online at www.connectionssbj.com. Again, that is www.connectionssbj.com. Follow us, track us, utilizing social media, our Facebook page, specifically facebook.com/connectionssbj. If you're interested in even appearing on this particular podcast, we've had guest appearances before. We have a lot of things planned for the new year, 2016. If you're interested in the sponsorship opportunities, give us a call. Our toll-free number, which is a new toll-free number, by the way, 1-800-279-1455. Again, that is 1-800-279-1455. If you want to talk to me directly, my direct phone number, area code 706-289-7863. We're more than happy to come out to your particular location, speak with you, speak with your employees, speak with your business individuals that are there. Whatever we can do. Small business is big business. It doesn't matter the city, the state that you're in. If you are listening to me and you are a small business owner, small business is big business in whatever state you're in. Specifically in Georgia, over 98% of all the business that makes up the state of Georgia as small business. I mean, that's a phenomenal number, a number that we as the small business community cannot ignore. All right, CSBJ exists to provide information, resources, and connect you with people that will help us sustain our businesses. As I often say, it's one thing to open up your door to go into business for yourself, and it's something totally different to sustain your business, for 1 year, for 2 years, for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. All right. So what we have to do as small business owners, we must be connected to those three things: people, resources, and information. And I am very thankful that CSBJ, Connection Small Business Journal, is a resource for you, the small business owner and the entrepreneur. All right, so give us a call, toll free, 1-800-279-1455, or call me directly, area code 706-289-7863. If you're interested in advertising opportunities, give us a call. Want to appear as a guest on our show, give us a call and we can make that happen. We broadcast every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday, every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday, CSBJ Radio. On yesterday, which was Tuesday, we held a Power Hour. Power Hour, for those that are unfamiliar with it, and by the way, we are now streaming our Power Hours live. So again, if you follow us on Facebook, you have an opportunity to click on a link and watch what we do at Power Hour. On yesterday, we were discussing, what to do when sales are low, when there are absolutely no sales or low sales. Excuse me. What in the world do we do? And one of the things that came up is diagnosing. We have to diagnose the problem before we come up with a solution. It's very easy for us. I mean, small business owners, we're quick to come up with a solution or what we think is a solution. But I often encourage people, hey, before we run and create a solution, or before we run and put into play a solution, let's first make sure that we have the correct diagnosis for the problem first, all right, before we do it. And during this particular conversation on yesterday, a topic was brought up that I did not have time to just really dive into on yesterday, but I do want to take a little bit of time today and dive into the difference, if you will, between email and text message. Now, of course, we know the difference, but we know that text messages on your phone, and 9 times out of 10, your email is too now. But let's take a look at these things and find out what should we actually be utilizing. All right. One of the main concerns for many small business owners, many entrepreneurs, those that are even thinking about going into business for themselves, one of the main concerns is hey, what is the best communication technique? What is the best communication platform? For me as a small business owner to be more engaged with my client, for me to be more engaged with the customer. If I'm trying to reach a new market, if I'm trying to reach new customers, hey, what is the best communication technique or the communication platform that I can put into play to communicate with these clients? And I would dare say that two of the most popular tools that are out there that have been out there for quite some time, one being email and the other being text message. Text messaging has been around since the mobile phone, quite honestly, has been around. The ability to type a message on your phone and send it to another phone number and have it read. Email, of course, has been around for a number of years, going all the way back to our dial-up days. I'm not sure how many. I'm giving away my age now, but how many of us remember having dial-up in the home or dial-up in the business? And how many of us remember these words? You've got mail. So email has been around for a long time. Text messages as well also have been around for a long time. Now, having said that, which one of these is the best tool, or which one of these platforms is the best platform to utilize for us to communicate and to reach our customers? Now, I would dare say, they both of them. Number one, we need to understand they both have their own individual places in your business. I can't sit here and say to use one versus the other. I'm gonna give some data that will point us into a particular direction, yes, but I believe that they both can be utilized harmoniously or independent of each other. But we need to actually incorporate both into our business. So having said that, we need to first understand, we need to first look at the numbers. Again, I often say, let data drive your decisions in life. Let data, look at the data. As a small business owner, we need to be looking at the data to determine what we need to do in order to accomplish the end result. We need to look at, before we just jump out and make a decision or jump out there into the great unknown, let's make a calculated guess here. Let's look at the data and let the data drive the decisions that we make. All right, so I asked a question earlier, which one is the best? Text messages or email? Which one is the best? Which one to use? Well, let's look at the data that drives that. One thing that we need to understand is that text messages, let's look like at the mobile phone industry. The mobile phone industry, number one, has just exploded in the last 5 or 10 years. There's actually right now an 85% penetration rate. 85% penetration rate dealing with the mobile phone industry. 85%. If you look at the numbers, and I'm looking at a report here. And this report is, quite honestly, the report is old. Second quarter 2014. Here it is. We're in fourth quarter 2015. But I just want to show you, and these numbers have not decreased. These numbers have increased. That over 85% of individuals from 18 to 24 have a smartphone. 86% of individuals from 25 to 34 years of age have a smartphone. Over 71%, almost 72% of the entire mobile phone industry, people are walking around. Over 72% of individuals who are walking around with phones are walking around with smartphones. 72% are women. 70% are men. Over 52% utilize Android. And we know Android are like the Samsung Galaxy, the Galaxy Edge, the Note. Those are Android devices. And so over 52% of those that carry these devices are carrying around Android devices. And about 43% are carrying around phones like I have, which is the Apple iOS based system, the iPhones. All right. So there's an 85% penetration rate for the smartphone or for the mobile user. All right. I, as a business owner, you as a business owner, we cannot ignore those numbers. All right. So whatever I utilize, I need to cater, if you will, to those potential customers or those clients. All right. So text messaging, since the mobile phone industry has an 85% penetration rate, since over 72% of individuals that are walking around have a smartphone, that lets me know that perhaps text messaging is the best way, or one of the better ways to reach this particular market. 90% of text messages are read within the first 3 minutes of delivery. 90%. 90% of these text messages are read within the first 3 minutes of delivery. I can't ignore that. You can't ignore that. We can't afford to ignore it. All right. So we actually need to be utilizing text messages or text alerts to communicate with clients. Now, what I will say is that text messaging by far is probably the best way for you to communicate with existing clients. Now we're gonna dig into this just a little bit more, because there are ways to communicate with these clients. There are ways for us to reach out to these clients. Text messaging, again, 90% of them are read within the first 3 to 5 minutes, but text messaging in itself cannot just be utilized all the time. It cannot be, depending on the message that you're trying to deliver, depending on the message that you're trying to get out, text messaging could be good or it couldn't. And some of the drawbacks to text messaging, is that I believe that we're still limited, if you will, to 160 characters. So whatever message that you want to give out has to be within 160 characters or less. All right. And I say that text message is probably the best way for you to communicate with existing clients. Why do I say that? It's because you've already developed a relationship with these clients. You have done business with them over the past, month or 6 months or a year. So there's a relationship that should be in place where you would even have their mobile phone to begin with. I don't know about you, but when individuals ask for when I say individuals, when I walk into a business and the business asks me for my mobile phone, whether I'm online or in a retail store, number one, I don't get that many requests. And number two, if the requests were up, I would be cautious as to provide out my personal mobile phone number. All right. But if you have developed a relationship with your client over the past month, the past 6 months, the past year, this positive relationship, and I do label it, it should be positive, should make that client feel more at ease at providing a mobile phone. In order for you to obtain that mobile phone number, in order for you to obtain that email address, there should be a call to action somewhere on your website, on your Facebook page, your Instagram page. There should be a call to action that will even allow individuals to dump their data into your database. All right. And that data being twofold: email address and a mobile phone number. All right. But again, 90% of text messages are read within the first 3 to 5 minutes of delivery. Text message alerts should, in my mind, be short, sweet, to the point. Hey, your delivery is ready. Your service is ready. It should prompt you maybe to browse a particular website. It should be short and sweet. There are websites out there that will even take your existing domain name, your www.xyz.com, take that and shorten it, and you can embed that within that 160 character limit that most of the text messages have. And if someone clicks on it, number one, they open up your text message, they read it, and they take it a step further and click on the link that you have embedded in that particular text message. It'll take them from their text messaging link or their text messaging part of their phone into the internet on their phone to look at maybe your particular website or that whichever you're offering. All right. When should text messaging be? When should it not be used? I don't feel that text messages should be used to deliver information that is going to have to be referenced later. Like receipts, confirmation codes, anything that a client or a potential customer will have to search. Text messaging so far does not have a search function. There's no built-in search functionality to it. Text messages by far are very easy to delete. Even here on my iPhone, it doesn't take anything to delete a text message. So, a quick swipe of my thumb to the left, and that text message conversation is gone. There's not a way to retrieve it, and I definitely can't search through it, to find a particular point in that conversation directly. So it takes time. Those